Spectral traces. Something's up with Helen.
Banishers. Excuse the clatter.
I've seen worse. Good day to you, Helen.
I did not count on seeing you two again. I take it you've returned for a reason?
Running this fort on your own can be no easy task. How are things going?
Busy. I've been trying to establish a supply route with the Harrows. I believe some yet remain there. Perhaps they'll share their reserves. We could use the supplies. Strangely, my letters go unanswered.
We might have better luck with the Newsmith party in the Darkwoods. Kate Newsmith is in charge there now.
Interesting. Thank you for the tip.
Things have been feverish round here, to say the least. Are you bearing up?
As well as can be expected.
How well is that exactly?
People are dying for no apparent reason, and this godforsaken fort dangles out over the edge of the world, cut off from everywhere. I fight so the stockade stays standing. The ship is wrecking, but I was called to be captain. I hold the wheel. So yes, Banisher, I am bearing up as well as can be expected.
You miss Sebastian.
Every waking moment. Count your blessings, Banisher, for they are fleeting.
Could his husk still be present? It will be drawn to you.
No, it could not.
Something is present. Something weighs on you.
I'm busy, Banishers. Busy means tired, that's all.
We'll look into your spectral stones.
If you feel the need, then sure. Suit yourself.
A ghost damaged the sign.
A store. Fernando's? Closed. Are we in the right place? Anyone home? No one.
Papers in Miller's name. We're in the right place.
Keep looking. What is this?
A sanza. It's a musical instrument. It's Bantu, from southern Africa.
He's organized.
Disorganized traders lose money.
Vardy reads English extensively.
Well, nobody's perfect.
He's making protective amulets.
He's making useless trinkets.
And he works hard to keep it away.
What is he afraid of? What don't we know? Let's search the store.
Stock to trade. He hasn't unpacked it.
Maybe he intends to move on. And who could blame him? Surprisingly high-quality wares.
Can't be many left in New Eden with the means to buy. He's doing surprisingly well for himself.
Where did he get the inventory?
Rebecca's will. She was rich. She left him the lot.
That's where he got the inventory.
No, the list matches his sales record.
Touch my money and I'll drop you. What are you doing here? Thieving, no doubt.
I'm no thief, Mr. Miller. I'm the Banisher. I brought Helen Priest back to the fort.
A banisher. Thieves lie. How do you know my name?
'Tis my business to know. Red McCraith.
If you are a banisher of ghosts, I have business for you. I'll pay.
I spoke to Rebecca. 'Tis she who haunts you. She sent me to find you. She worries for you. Says she loves you.
The English have a word for that. Hogshite.
Was she lying? You inherited her estate.
Whichever. It matters not. You're a banisher. It is your job to get rid of her. Can you not just do your work?
Easy, Mr. Miller. Now, I'll need to examine Rebecca's belongings.
I sold them. All of them.
You did? To who?
I don't know. People. I wrote it down. In the register. Read it, if you wish.
2 recent sales, to the blacksmith and to Ingersoll's store.
A storekeeper hears much. What do you hear, Mr. Miller?
If you're looking for gossip about that grumpy old bastard Cotton Peabody, you won't get it from me.
Friend of yours, is he?
Cotton Peabody has no friends, which by rights might make him a friend of mine. But I don't like him either.
How are things in the fort, by your estimation?
The captain is dead. I would say, in my estimation, putting one thing beside the other, that things are going badly. Still, some of us still live. And you're here. I don't know what that means for us. I suppose we shall find out.
What What think you of Helen Priest?
Why do you care what I think? You trying to get me into trouble? I'm saying nothing at all. Talk is silver. Silence is gold.
What can you tell me about Captain Pennington?
He was always good to me. He treated me like a man. Like an equal. A man like that makes you want to follow him. Makes you feel safe. Makes you feel like the world is just. Not like some. Not like you.
You've put quite the effort into protecting your home, haven't you?
You poked about my house without my say-so.
I know my business. So out of generosity, here's the truth. None of it works. Not the wreath, not the amulet, none of it works. Pretty though.
His brooch is working.
It works. She hasn't come back. I can sleep now. I hear her calling, whispering my name. I wait to find her at my bedside. Our eyes meet. She stares. She won't leave me alone. She's an Akishi, a demon. Banish her. I'll pay you.
I need a job. I accept. Stuff looks good. Let's trade.
Now, my friend, we are conversing.
Farewell to you, Mr. Miller, sir.
Farewell, and good hunting.
He'd sold it all. Everything she'd owned. And fast.
Why the hurry?
If we track her things down, perhaps they'll tell us.
Ferdinando was a slave. She was his owner.
A better deal for her than for him.
She kept that quiet.
As if it were of no consequence.
Theodore Shepherd. He's probably dead.
A tyrant remembered as a hero. And so it goes. Ingersoll General Stores must live on. Someone's fighting for a cause.
Or trying to solve a problem. Let's go inside and find out, eh?
Oh, my good sir. Welcome. How can I help you?
Good day to you. I see you've dropped your prices.
Yes, Mr. McRae. Business is indeed lamentable.
You have me at a disadvantage. Have we met?
No. But I know you, of course I do. You're Mrs. Priest's trusted ally.
Guilty as charged. Are you a Pennington man?
Not at all, sir. Mrs. Priest has my complete support. Nathaniel Sather. So very glad to meet you at last. I'm in trouble, and I need a banisher.
What seems to be the trouble?
I'm sure this sounds silly, but I am an educated man, sir, and when I say this shop is haunted, I say it in all seriousness. We've had unexplained pilfering, though that has stopped since the widow Ingersoll ran away with the cash box. But I hear noises. I'm alone here now, you see. After the horrors this fort endured, could one of these monstrosities be hiding away in the store?
Right. That's a lot. Let me ask a few questions. See if we can sort this out.
Of course. Beg pardon.
You mentioned a problem with pilfering. What's that about?
Bathsheba noticed it first. Cases would go missing. Oil, sugar of all things, spoons.
Do you have a suspect? Any idea where the stolen goods might be?
Not a one, sir, not a one. And if I'm to be honest, I don't care. If they've stolen it, it's because they need it. Apart from the sugar. And apart from the spoons. No one needs that many spoons. Bathsheba said she'd look into it. And I was happy to let her.
You say the widow took her own cash box and fled. Why would she do that?
A moment of madness, sir. Or so I can only surmise.
Did you see her go?
I did. And not just that, I heard a commotion. As if her quarters were being ransacked. I confronted the thief, but it was she herself. She yelled at me, shoved me aside and fled. I picked myself up and went to follow. But she was gone.
I should have a look in her quarters, so. Whose ghost haunts you, do you think? Any enemies? Lost loved ones, perhaps?
I'm well liked, and I've no enemies here. Not since Bathsheba took the cash box and fled. But I'd hardly call her an enemy.
Bathsheba. The eponymous Mrs. Ingersoll, I believe.
The widow Ingersoll, up to split her hair. We've had someone thieving our merchandise. The ghost is the final straw.
So, salesman, sell me something, if you can.
My pleasure. Tell me, what do you need and what do you want?
I heard you bought some things from Ferdinando Miller. Might I see them, do you think?
Oh, the paintings. Yes, you must have a look. Beautiful pieces they are, and on sale at a very attractive price. If there's one thing a man like you needs out here on the mountain, it's paintings.
So, salesman, sell me something, if you can.
My pleasure. Tell me, what do you need and what do you want?
To solve your haunting, I must investigate the store. Bathsheba's lodgings, too. I'd like to do so with your permission. May I have it?
For the store, of course. For Bathsheba's lodgings. Well, not for me to say. Do what you have to do, and if she finds out, it won't be from me.
Pretty. The work, I mean.
Not our ghost eye, though. Let's try the forge. What a mess. Bathsheba left in a hurry.
Anyone home? I'm Red McCraith, the Banisher. Show yourself.
I think we're alone.
Takings are thin indeed. Wouldn't make me want to stay. It's locked. There must be a key. An echo whispering to me.
Who does Duchess Muck think she is? Taking my wares, taking my business, taking my dignity. To hell with her. To hell with Helen Priest. I'll leg it to Boston before I let her take what's mine.
When Helen threatened to take her business, the widow ran away.
Prudent. I can't say I blame her.
I feel a draft.
From the invisible.
This Thomas must be a good friend indeed. Nathaniel is desperate to see him. It's signed NS, as in Nathaniel.
From whom does he expect a payment, and why?
We found all we could. Might be time to go after our thief.
Mrs. Ingersoll took a car. Maybe you could follow her tracks.
Not a bad idea, Mr. Sather. Not a bad idea at all.
Shepherd. Militiaman. Let's try the barrack room. A strong memory clings to this place.
That quill. Bet that's what we're looking for.
I only recognize my name in the list.
Distant family, but I can't disinherit them.
I would never ask you that. To have met you is already more than I ever expected. If I was to lose you, God forbids, I'd cherish all that reminds me of you.
There. If you were to lose me, all that I own would now be yours.
He claimed not to love her. Why lie?
Maybe he didn't lie. Maybe he pretended to love her.
Let's see what he has to say about it.
Banisher?
Folk talk about you. About your past.
I know what they say. They say I am a murderer. They are wrong. As she lay dying, Rebecca Hardgrave gave me my freedom. Before that, I was her slave.
How very romantic.
If it weren't for the captain, The good people of New Eden would have let me die too.
Rebecca was in love with you. The feeling was not mutual. True?
I was her pet. A dog nuzzling its master, hoping she might loosen its leash. She loved me, she said. I allowed her to think I loved her back. I sat up and begged and let her pet me. I was a very good boy.
You gulled her, then took advantage.
To a slave, a crumb of freedom tastes like a loaf. You'd have done no different. And I'd do the same again. Enough chitter-chatter. Perhaps you should get back to work. What am I paying you for?
I'm a banisher, Mr. Miller, not a rat catcher. Ghosts were human. They're emotional, full of hopes and fears about the past and the future too. To find out what ties the ghost to the living and end the haunting, I must know the story. You want me to finish the job? Then the story must be told. The ghost must manifest.
I do not like this idea. This idea can shit itself 6 times by sundown.
Come on, break the brooch and let's get it over with.
No choice remains. Let it be done. And I'll be done with it!
Marty, you're here at last!
Step no closer!
I don't understand. Are you not glad to see me?
Now, Banisher! End this!
Not now. You need to hear the truth, both of you. That reminds me. Rebecca, you omitted to tell us that Ferdinando was your slave. That you owned him.
I loved him.
I was a slave! I was not free to leave! What kind of love is that?
What are you saying? We loved each other.
Love? No. I told my master what she wanted to hear. I gulled her with a lie. I thought you a fool. But no, you believed me because you wanted to. Yet you didn't believe me, did you? Not entirely. That's why you never freed me.
I loved you, and you loved me. It was but a piece of paper. A piece of paper and a guarantee. I needed a guarantee.
You don't know what love is. You know only fear. You feared being undesired, being unnoticed, being alone.
How very human of you, Mistress Hargrave, but hardly an excuse to own a man.
Time to give this love story an ending.
Rebecca Hardgrave, you are blinded by your emotions. You cannot see the harm you do.
How can love be harmful?
You imposed your love on someone who could not refuse it. It was just another chain with which to bind him.
I only wanted him to be happy.
No, you didn't. You wanted him to be yours.
Be gone. My own master at last. You understood. I misjudged you. Thank you. Take this for your trouble. Can I help you?
Farewell to you, Mr. Miller, sir.
I'll always be glad to see you, my friend. Come to me if you need anything.